You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any recs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
And welcome here. We are here for tonight's game here. We're going to have some quick interviews here before we start, about 30 minutes till game time, but we'll give you a quick update here around the league there. Tulsa picked up a 33-20 victory over Wichita today. Makes them 2-0, Wichita 0-2. St. Louis Falcons 2-0 after a forfeit victory over the 0-2 Columbia Vipers. And currently, looking back at the video here, it is the Cyclones with a narrow 7-0 lead in the third quarter over the Eagles. That game's still in progress here. But first, we're going to have a word with our coaches here. We're going to first have, I'm assuming this is Hirschberger coming up first. And we'll be back after this. And we're here with Coach Hirschberger of the Bucks here. Coach, you're coming in. You had a close win. Both these teams had a close win last week. Kind of the battle for that top spot later in the year, possibly coming down to it. What's one thing you can take from last week's win, and what's one thing that you've done as you've prepared to come into this game?
Yeah, so we've always been what we'd call like a dominant team as far as how we play and our style. I think this year we've came together more of the team aspect. We're more of a close bond rather than individual players. So we've been working on that heavy. We have more of a collision when it comes to being a team. This offseason, this week we really just broke down film, find out weaknesses, find out our weaknesses from last week. Last week was a big game for us, but we had a lot of mistakes mentally and physically. So we broke down those individually and figured out if we can get to work today.
All right, and then any of the players coming in, obviously you had your first game last week, so coming into this week that you're relying on to kind of get the spark going here early in the season?
Yeah, we have a lot of new faces that you saw last week. One is Cade Chappell. He's one of our new running backs to help Austin White out. He's aggressive, so I hope to see him kick off a little bit more. If you noticed last week, we have a lot more receivers this year, just getting them in each end and getting them the formations they need to be in. Once we get all that stuff clicking together, man, it's going to be a big thing.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, and we're going to take a quick look, about a 2.5-minute video here. This is the highlights and touchdowns from last week. We'll be back after this. Allen Hilliard Sports. We'll talk with Coach Jimmy Ross.
And give it to Cade. He's trucking. Touchdown! Cade Chappelle with the touchdown. Green trip. Oh, with the double tight set, Chappelle in the backfield. He fakes Chappelle. He tosses it out. And Garyon Simpson, he's still on his feet. Garyon Simpson got the spin. He's down the sideline with one man to beat. Touchdown! The juice is gone. They're probably about to roll out again. I'm thinking, oh no, they dropped right back. Griffin under pressure. You made the pressure. He's under pressure. Oh, Griffin's gonna get rid of it. Hit a touchdown! Bears! Griffin throws it up to Daniel Knight. Griffin. Conway goes in motion. He gives it to Tay Moore. And the Bears are saying, Tay Moore! He's there. He's down the half mark. Oh, makes the man miss. Tay Moore! Touchdown! Bears! Tay Moore with a 56-yard touchdown run through the house. Oh, boy. In general, Tay in motion and give it to, he fakes it to White. Throws it out there to Simpson. Touchdown! Bucks! Carry on, Simpson.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're
making a pat over to the flats this time. That's a touchdown just off the bat.
You've hit your fury and kept it in. But it's time now you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix.
And we are back here again. We're going to now talk with Coach Harchberger about the game coming up for the St. Joe Bucks. Sorry, we're talking to Coach Jimmy Ross. Had it backwards. Well, here he is.
Coach Jimmy here. But Coach, head coach of the Panthers. Anyways, it is the second game of the year. Both teams coming in 1-0. You know, after last week's game here, you've seen the game last week that the Bucks had here, squeaked away with the victory late in the game there. What's kind of your plan coming into this week so far?
Well, we want to minimize some of the mistakes, and first of all, we respect that organization, what they did in the offseason with recruiting. They've become a lot better than what they were last year, but what we're going to try to do is not concentrate so much on what they do, but just kind of perfect what we do.
All right, and then you had a shortened game in the week, but you did wind up winning it last week there. And any key players that have stepped up and are expected to take a lead in this ball game?
Well, I'm happy about my left tackle, Brandon Watson. You know, he's had good practices and good scrimmage, and also, you know, he played well last week, and we're going to need him to play well this week. Happy to have Julian Sebastiano back this week. We didn't have him last week, so you know, I would say keep your eyes on those two individuals, and also my new running back, Terry Hunter.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
And
there we go. Got that saved. And we are going to take a break here. We'll be back in about 15-20 minutes here. We should be getting ready for the coin flip and everything else and all the festivities. We'll be back about 15-20 minutes or so. We'll see you then. Also, we'll also be doing a dual live stream here. It'll be the Joplin Crusaders brought to you by Semi-Pro Game Day. They'll be doing that ball game to you from Coffeyville, Kansas. That'll be also on YouTube whenever he starts to go live, so we'll see you then.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any recs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
And give it to K. He's trucking. Touchdown! Goal! K. Chappelle with the touchdown. Green trip. Oh, with the double tight set, Chappelle in the backfield. He fakes Chappelle. He tosses it out. And Garyon Simpson, he's still on his feet. Garyon Simpson got the space. He's down the sideline with one man to beat. Touchdown! The juice is gone. They're probably about to roll out again. I'm thinking, oh no, they dropped right back. Griffin under pressure. He made the pressure. He's under pressure. Oh, Griffin's going to get rid of it. His touchdown! Yes! Griffin throws it up to Daniel Knight. Griffin. Conway goes in motion. He gives it to Tay Moore. And the Bears are saying, Tay Moore! He's there. He's down the half mark. Oh, makes a man miss. Tay Moore! Touchdown! Bears! Tay Moore with a 56-yard touchdown run through the house. Oh, boy. In general, Tay in motion and give it to, he fakes it to White. Throws it out there to Simpson. Touchdown! Bucks! Garyon Simpson.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're
Pat over to the flats this time. That's a touchdown just off the bat.
You've hit your fury and kept it in. But it's time to you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right
And we are back. It is that time of the afternoon here. It is the Bucks in the white and orange, Panthers with the blue and white numbers on the gray tonight. Black and blue numbers, I guess, not white. But battle for number 1 here. And looks like we're going to find out who's going to get the ball first. It is going to be So the Panthers will receive. So we're going to take a short break. We'll be back for the kickoff here in Savannah, Missouri.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
It is Kevon Good that's going to collect this kickoff here. Most likely, at least, he will. But we are ready to go. That is Eli Collier with the kickoff. Oh, there we go. Camera's tripod is a little loose here, but we'll get it all figured out. And we are going to, well, hopefully music will turn off eventually here. I also have to mute the volume. But it is 1st and 10 for the Panthers here coming off of this. Both teams undefeated on the season, looking to at least keep a share of number 1. Tulsa looking like, I believe they were looking like they were going to pick up the victory in their game. So they'll also still be in the running for number 1 at least. But Joplin will play at 7 here. Hopefully that stream will be coming up in just a little bit for you. And short carry for the Panthers on that. Bucks with the very bright orange numbers. Easy to spot on that. That is 2nd down. And about 6. Hopefully we got the video going here from the other game. Nope, not yet. In motion, little fake toss. Nope, it is a handoff in the back for a 1st down. Ball is going to be out, but he was down. That is Terry Hunter with the pickup. 1st down for the Panthers. Again, Panthers in the blue, well, bluish uniforms. They got a little bit of blue on them. And the orange numbers, very bright orange numbers, is the Bucks here. Handoff, nope. This will be a quarterback keeper. Short pickup on that run. Big pickup for Julius Sebastiano. Sure, I said that wrong. I apologize for that. But the run out of bounds will bring up a 2nd and about 5. We are in lovely Savannah, Missouri, up here in the northern part of the state, where there's plenty of fields that are nice and flat, and sometimes they cause those cyclones. But everyone scaved pretty much good out of those. Pass is caught for, I believe, a first. This may not be a first down. The reception out there by Ward. And it is not a first, it's 3rd and 1. He was just behind the line of, or the marker there to get the first down. Our first 3rd down conversion coming up here in the ball game. Still no stream started yet from Semi-Pro Game Day down there. We'll get that on as soon as it is on our other broadcast. But before that, that'll bring up a 4th down, no gain on the play. Bucks defense held strong on the drive there, and they will force a 4th down. This is not UFL rules, so you can punt the ball. That is not not those rules. Those rules makes things interesting, but we're not going to punt the ball here. The way they're lined up, this is going to be a handoff down the middle. Nope. It will be a loss on the play. And just like that, that will be a turnover. We're going to take a very short break. We'll be back after this. It is Bucks ball.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any recs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy.
And we are back here. It is 1st and 10. Short little run is good for a 2nd and short. About a 7-yard pickup on that. Looks like 2nd and 2 actually instead of 2nd and 3, so almost an 8-yard pickup there. Looks like right in the middle. Spread offense here for the Bucks. Both these teams talked about running backs, but the receiving core was something that Hirschberger talked about before the game. And that's going to be a 1st down for St. Joe. Big 1st down play for the Bucks on that. Oh. It's not the button I'm looking for there. On 1st and 10. Inside the 30. It's a run, but there is the defense. That was number 3. That is Shane Dorian with the stop on the play. Broke through the line, nowhere to go. 2nd down and 11 or 12 here with a loss on that. On the way, split receivers. They're going for it, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11 now. Trying to get to King out there, but not able to get that ball. Had the target, just could not get the ball down. That'll bring up 3rd and 11 here. 8:52 to go in the first quarter. It is St. Joseph, white and orange out there. Kansas City in the blue and gray. Again, twins on both sides. A option in the backfield, but this option is not going to be used. Lots of time here. Protection doing their job. That is caught for a 4th down. 4th and about 7 or 8 coming up here. Keontae Green had plenty of time there, able to get something out of it. Positive yards, but that brings up a 4th down. We've had 1 4th down stop here. We are seeing if we'll have another 4th down stop. These are currently the top 2 teams in the league right now. Not withholding Tulsa in that mix, but they have not played yet, and if they get the win, they'll still be up there with one of these teams at least. The other team will be hanging out with the Crusaders, depending on how things go. Ball is tipped. That is intercepted. Other direction, and that is a 1st down. Other direction. It is Jose Bautista. No penalties on that. That's an automatic 1st down going the other direction. That is a big play here for the Panthers coming in, and the Panthers setting the tone early here. That is 2 defensive stops in 2 drives so far. Both in fairly decent field position in the stops. We do not have an update on the other game again here. Hopefully we'll get an update on that. Handoff down the middle. Panthers, a little extracurricular talking there. We get a flag on that. Run won't matter, and it will go backwards. It's a 10-yard loss on the play. That will be 1st and 20 coming up. Do not have the game feed yet for the other game that we are doing here. And, well, I guess I had everyone in the camera. They're just, defense is pressuring the ball here. One safety in the backfield. Looks like another one will step back to assist. Hand off down the middle into the pile. And it is going to be 24 is not who he just called. It is Terry Hunter who ran for that. It had me confused for a second there. But it is 2nd down and something out there. 18 sounds like a good number here. Don't have that many fingers to count on offhand, so it's a little over the math. Panthers taking their time here. Play clock is... I don't know where the play clock is here. Guess we don't have a play clock, so I'm assuming a high school field would have a play clock, but I don't see where it is. Out of the shotgun, looks for something. There is the Bucks, nowhere to go. All the way back to the 20. That is going to be a loss on the play. And possibly a turnover. Is it going to be So it is third down. It is not a turnover. But that's going to bring up third, and they have to get to the 51. And they are on the 20, we'll just say like 28. That sounds like a good round number. Third and a long way to go here. They have to get to the 49 on the opposite side, not the 51. Out of the shotgun, 3 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 in the backfield. Pretty common set here. Pass is caught. This is not going to, maybe. We got some extra yards at the end of that. Crawford Williams with the pickup. That's a first down somehow. That was about a 30-yard pickup. He got it. Oh, he was short, actually, but we're just going to, he was short. He was short by a yard.
They've already moved the chairs.
Alrighty then, but, well, he was short by a yard on that. Doing the math here. We're gonna take a break here while they talk about this. We'll be back at We are back. We corrected our error there. It is 4th and 1. Had to get to the 51st yard, which is the 49 on the opposite side, and did not get there. Chains moved prematurely, so 4th and short coming up. Handoff, not. They did make it. Able to squeeze through a little gap right there. See who pops up. That is 21 of the offense. Malik Nesbitt picked up the run for the first. 4 minutes in this period remaining here. And hopefully we have the game going here on the other side. We got a ball game on now on the screen here, so hopefully it is firing up. We'll get this loaded on the other screen for you. You go to Allen Hilliard Sports, you could watch both games at once. That is a drop. Nowhere to go. He would have had a first down on that play there. Tyler Bluette not able to do anything with it. Oh, we're having some signal issues over there, aren't we? Well, hopefully it comes back and behaves itself. So, if not, we may have to abandon that project, but we definitely have some technical issues on the other broadcast. That is Semi-Pro Game Day bringing you that broadcast down from Coffeyville, Kansas. Incomplete pass is a 3rd down and 10. Doing all kinds of extra things right now. But we'll hope that comes back and works for us here. On 3rd down, has to make it past the 40 and then some more. 1st down and 10 at the 17. So that is good for about a 30-yard pickup, close to it there. And again, that is Nesbitt with the run. First and 10. Trying to get the clock to start. Panthers crowding that line there. A bit of a, not quite power formation, but a bit of a wildcat formation there. One receiver far off to the right. Other one on the left is covered, double covered. And nowhere to go by a quarterback. And that's going to be a loss on the play. Sabastino tried to go somewhere, could not find anywhere to go. That brings up a second down with a loss of a few on the play. Second and 13 here. Ball opposite side of the 20 now on the 21. And if you're trying to watch the other game, I can't watch it either right now. The Crusaders are currently in a spinning circle right now looking for signal. They're down in Coffeyville, Kansas. Short pickup on that. Zeno with the pickup. Third down and 5, 6 maybe. Something like that. Third and 5 or 6 coming up.
Brings up third and about 5 for the Panthers. From box 14-yard line.
I'm afraid we may have to abandon our other stream here that we're trying to bring you due to some technical issues from the other site. We'll leave it on for a little bit. If it comes back, that's awesome. If not, well, we'll do our best. Pass to the end zone, and that's short.
1 yard line.
That's on the 1. That's going to be a first and goal.
Number 1. Ooh, flag on the play.
It is Bluette with the reception. We had a flag on the play. I'm not sure what the flag is.
Offsides.
Offsides on the defense, so brings up a first and goal at the 1 for a little gimme putt here for the Panthers. At least it should be a gimme putt, but I have seen this go the other way many times by teams. You can never take for granted that it is going to work. Clock continuing to run here, under 50 seconds in the first quarter. Panthers line up. Well, they're going to line up down the middle. Handoff. I believe that's a no. Another defensive stop. Second down again from the 1. I just mentioned it is not a guarantee you're going to get that every time.
I don't think they'll win a playoff.
And we are down to 15 seconds and counting here, and still counting. So I think we're going to go to a... I don't think we're going to get the playoff here. And that's the quarter. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back. A word from our sponsor, Culligan. After that, it'll be second and goal from the 1 on the opposite side.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
May have to end that one. We are back here as I'm talking to myself. Second quarter coming up. Kansas City in the gray, St. Joe in the white and orange, and it is currently Kansas City on the goal line trying to get the first score of the game here. 1 quarter gone already, a pretty quick quarter 17 minutes after the hour here, and the first quarter's gone. Unfortunately, we're going to have to abandon the Joplin game as it's not working. So, do apologize for that, but some technical issues down there. Semi-Pro Game Day having on the broadcast. So we'll just have to stick with this broadcast here instead. Next week we'll be in Kansas City, University Academy, as the Panthers will be hosting. We'll give you some more information about that next week. A little push down the middle. That's a touchdown. Waiting for the signal. So Kansas City gets on the board first. 6-0 Panthers. Took a lot to get that touchdown there. It was a challenge. Awesome. I'm watching from Rome, Italy. That is awesome. I want to go there one day, but that's a long ways away. This is also a long ways away for me today, but it was a well worth trip to get here. And normal kicking rules here, not like the women's team. They're using the UFL rules. Actually, normal rules for extra points, too. They got some different rules. Well, we're going to have a penalty here. Someone jumped. Not sure who jumped, but it was someone out there. We can guarantee someone jumped. Even the white hat can guarantee someone jumped. You just don't know who did it yet. Now the other official's going to discuss who jumped. I'm going to assume if you can't figure it out, you just do it over again. Nope, it's the offense. So we will try this again from 5 yards back. Apologize about the Joplin game. Did not happen on the stream, at least, due to, I'm assuming he had a major failure. But we have a 7-0 ball game here, Kansas City on top. We'll be back after this. A word from our sponsor.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any recs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
And we are back. We have Simpson. So Willis and Simpson out there for the... Never mind, that is not Willis. We have Young and Simpson back there. Looked at the wrong roster. So Kansas City struck blood first here in this battle for the top spot. Bucks return. They have a lane all the way out to the 40, 45. Big return on the play. That's a 35-yard return for St. Joseph. First and 10 for the Bucks. From, looks like the 44 is where the ball will be spotted. And unfortunately, some failure there with technology, so the Joplin game is not cooperating very well. Another false start. That will be against the offense. 5-yard penalty, redo the down. Twins on the left and right. Ball handed down the middle. 14 with the run.
60 with the tackle.
That is Chappell.
Ragsdale with the tackle.
And Ragsdale with the stop on that.
He's stopped by number 60, Jordan Ragsdale, after a 2-yard gain. Brings up second and 13.
Ball is incomplete. That'll be second down, third down actually. 3rd and 13 coming up here. What's that? You can watch the Joplin game. It's a little bit, I think it's working again here, but you can watch that game on Semi-Pro Game Day on Facebook if you'd like to. Having some technology issues on the video feed end, and he's got it restarted. Speaking of technology issues, we had out of focus on the camera. But that will be an incomplete and a 4th and long coming up, 13 yards to go. Actually, I'm going to do my best and try to refresh that. Hopefully we will get back the other stream here. Handoff, quarterback. Nowhere to go behind the line of scrimmage. That is a turnover on downs. We're going to take a break. Panthers will take over. First and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Panthers. Inside enemy territory here. Have a timeout. We're going to take another short break here. Here's a word from Colligan. We'll be back.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
And we are back ready to go here, coming out of the timeout. Panthers trying to, well, they're talking it over a little bit. They're coming out now. I think we got our video feed working. It is 6-6, by the way, down in Coffeyville, Kansas. Crusaders and Warcats down there. Handoff down the middle for the Panthers. It's going to be a 4-yard pickup on the play.
Carried by number 24, Diego Setzer.
That is Setzer this time. A lot of rotation on the running backs. Again, one thing that was discussed, a lot of new players in here, a lot of young players to fill these gaps, so you don't have to rely on one person the whole time. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. We're back again on the other broadcast there. Sorry, making sure it's working. But it is tied 6-6 down in wherever Coffeyville, Kansas is. It's not too far from the Missouri border. A little sweeping run here. This is enough for a Kiwi. Is it going to be a first? Official's in front of the marker. Where's the ball going to go? If it's a pass of 39, it is a first. It is not. It's going to be a holding penalty. So it probably would have been a first, assuming that we didn't get a holding penalty. So it'll be 2nd and 9. That'll result in a loss of 2 on the play. Not as far back as it could have gone, but probably thankful for that. And a false start. Both receivers, they ran. And not what you want to do. That will move us back some more yards here. 14 yards they need to get the first. First down is, well, same spot, 29-yard line. Panthers not helping themselves here this second period. And the pass is up. That is intercepted by the Bucks. And the Bucks will take over on that. We're going to take a quick break here. Here's a word from one of the Bucks sponsors. Bucks have a first down. So it is the Bucks 1st and 10, split receivers. And Green, nowhere to go on that. My computer, I'm probably not making happy over here, but we should have the other game back up on YouTube if you are going to it. Again, appreciate you for watching and understanding the complications. From the backfield, 2nd down in the end zone. That is caught. 3rd down and 15 coming up, maybe 14. 3rd and now this is a punting situation here, if we're going to have any punting situation. Appreciate everyone for watching the other game also there. You could watch both of them side by side if you'd like. Get you the full experience here. I did not get a final from the other game, but it was a 2-score lead for the Cyclones on that. Pass is caught for a first. That's a 16-yard pickup on the play. That is a first down. That was... I did not see who that was. Number 7 with the reception there. That was King. Did not see the number on that one at first, but King with the pickup. And something was broke on there because you definitely... Both these teams a little rusty so far coming out. Looks like the rain that we was scheduled to get has held itself off, which is a good thing. First and 15. Bucks with the ball. Handoff, St. Joe.
0.
And an unsportsman penalty here. The run by White will bring up a second down and about, I don't know, wherever the ball's spotted here.
But there's a flag.
But we'll see what this penalty, if it's on the defense, it's an automatic first down from that spot. If it's on the offense, it will determine what happens. It's on the offense. Be second down, so after the play. So they will get the offensive yards, but they'll get the negative penalty yards. So it is 20, I think. We'll say 20. So second and 20 sounds like a good number. Sorry, you probably want to look at where they're at there. Second down and deep near the end zone again. Pass by the Bucks is incomplete. Target to Simpson. That brings up a third down. My chair is not comfortable. All right. So Simpson targeted on that, could not come down with the ball. Lower the volume a little bit here, peeking out just a bit. Bucks line up. Single receivers. Nope, we got triplets on the right side now. They're going to scooch out closer to the receiver side from the tight end option. Quarterback still has the ball. This is caught, however, it'll bring up a fourth down. Oh, it was intercepted out there. So the one official signaled fourth, but it was intercepted on the sideline, so we have another turnover here. It's a first down. It is not the arm punt that you wanted. There was some unhappiness about something going on out there, I heard. I don't know what it was about, but somebody was not happy. Handoff, Panthers. Nowhere to go on, well, 5 yards in the eventually. Good job plowing their way through.
Connor on the carry. 28.
That was Lamont Connor with that carry there. 5 yard difference. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5 within scoring position here inside the red zone. Three receivers on the right. There's one on the left. And again, a little scramble by the running back. Connor again picks up a couple. If you could do that consistently, you can create some offense. It's not always as easy, though, to do that as it sounds. It is 3rd and... actually might be 3rd and 4. It is 3rd and 4. Math didn't work right. On 3rd down, defense is there. No gain, 1 yard gain on the play for momentum. However, 4th and 3. Both these teams stalling out roughly the same area.
McMullen coming in for a field goal.
And it appears a field goal. McMullen will be kicking. You don't see kicking a whole lot, but we will have some kicking here. We'll just, I guess we'll see what happens out of this. A rare kick, as we call it. On 4th down on the field goal. We have a false start. It'll make it a few more yards longer. So the kick will be coming from the... well, the ball's going to be at the 19.
35-yard field goal.
Yep, 35 yards is the kick distance, it looks like. Would have been just 30 as previous play, but penalty did not help them on there. Kick is up. And the blocked kick on that will give the ball back to the Bucks. It'll give them roughly their original 1st down marker. So it is 1st and 10 for the Bucks once again. 4:53 to go in this first half. Bucks have an opportunity here to get the score back to a tie or nearly a tie here with anything, whether it be field goal or something here. They're going to have to get some points on the board to get momentum their way. They're going to have Twins on the right, a little bit off sync on there. Defense is there, ball's loose. We have another turnover, I believe. Depends on what the official says. The Panthers say they have it, but was he down? One official says it's a fumble. The head official, no, it is a fumble. So it is confirmed as a fumble. The Panthers with the ball once again. It is now 12-6, by the way, down in Coffeyville, Kansas. And we have a... nope, never mind. I thought we had a penalty flag for a minute there because we had some extracurricular, as we call it, jaw-jacking going on, but... exchange of footballs. A lot of emotions in this ball game here, and again, it is for the spot for the top spot here. Depends on how Tulsa did. I believe they won that game. If someone is listening and knows if they won, they can put it in the little screen down there.
Tulsa Gators.
I'm assuming they, yep, whatever the final score was.
33-20.
Wow, got some points late in that game. Well, Tulsa is 2-0 in the season right now.
34 on the carry.
It is a pickup by Iverson. That is the 4th or 5th running back that they have used in this rotation. And they're keeping this running core fresh, as that will bring up 2nd and 7-ish. Something like that. Pretty close. We'll call it a good 2nd and 7. This is some flat ground out here. I could see windmills off in the distance. We're not up very high either. Very nice facility here in Savannah, Missouri. Home of the Savages. Quarterback keeper for the pass. That's going to the end zone. And they are trying to call for a pass interference both sides down there, but both were going for the ball. Both missed the ball. So it would have been a double pass interference either way, which would have been irrelevant. Would have been an offsetting penalty and redo. So 3rd and 7 coming up for the Panthers. Panthers in the blue numbers. Orange numbers are the Bucks. You could actually also watch, if I can figure out where to watch it, the women's team that I cover. They are in Tacoma, Washington right now. They won their game last week. 2-score touchdown lead and picked up a victory in that ball game. Another 4th down coming up here after the incomplete pass on the little quarterback rollout. And a pretty good crowd here spread out across the stands below us. 3:40, the clock is stopped. We've had 6 defensive turnovers in this ball game so far, between fumbles and interceptions and stops and whatnot. So it's been a very defensive ball game. Only score was the Panthers in the first. And the Panthers won't get the conversion this time. It's going to bring up another turnover. That was a big stop on that. So a 1st down for the Bucks. 1st and 10 here. This has been a defensive ball game. Still 12-6 in favor of the Crusaders down in. And you know what? We're just going to have another fumble recovery to that list. That'll make 8 turnovers now. And that, I see a number 60 popping up with the ball, so I'm going to assume that is Jordan Ragsdale that is going to get credit for that fumble, or the recovery. And that is 8 turnovers now in this ball game by the defense. It is hard to get a good offensive rhythm going if you're on offense, if the other defense keeps getting the ball back. You've got to have consistent possession. I like these lights in the stadium here. They got the LEDs here. We'll see them here in a little bit, but they're pretty nice. 3:29 to go in the first half.
Number 9.
And a pickup by, this is number 9 here for, that is Mack. First down and then some more. And the touchdown saving tackle was by Oni Rednick. Nowhere to go this time. This is a loss on the play. And lost the helmet while he was at it. No loss on the play yards-wise. Helmet was taken off by the other player, so does not have to come out of the ball game. And the video looking a lot better now down there in Joplin. Or not Joplin, but Coffeyville, Kansas, where the Crusaders still lead 12-6. I think it was a Cyclones game earlier that Tulsa won. It was the Cyclones and it was the Eagles. The Cyclones had a 2-score lead. I think they wound up winning that game. We're going to have a... Yep, we're going to have a... I mentioned about the helmet. They did make him leave for the one snap anyway. Normally, if it is not the player's fault, but sometimes they do make you leave, even if it is the other team that causes it. Bucs defense, they collapse on the line to allow just a short pickup here. And we're going to hit the 2-minute warning here. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back after this. It is a 7-0 lead, Kansas City on top. Roughly 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any recs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
We are back. 2-minute warning here. 1:49 to go in the first half. Pass to the end zone. It is picked off. And with the touchback is the Bucs. Bucs will get the ball first at the 25, I believe. So if you're keeping track, that is number 9 on the defensive stops here by both teams. And while they reset, we're going to take a short 20-second break. We'll be back. We are back here, 1:44, after the defensive stop from the 20. Short pickup on the play, actually a decent pickup. 2nd and 3 coming up here for the Bucs. Well, 2nd and 4. That was close. Close is good sometimes. It works. Pressure. Bucs with the run. First down. That is, I believe, Chappell. Look like number 14. Okay, well, was not according to the announcer, but however, it was a first down for the Bucks. Bucks have 53 seconds here. Believe they still have all their timeouts. We have a penalty flag. Pass is complete for a 2nd and 2, but we have a penalty that was thrown during the snap. So if this was offsides on the defense, it will be declined. It'll be actually 2nd and 3. So 2nd and 3 for... Now that means the clock will start running again. Actually 2nd and 2. Or it should start running again since penalty was declined. For the Bucks, it is probably good it is not running here. It gives them a free 15 seconds or so. Looking for the pass. It is going overthrown out of the left side of the field of play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2 now for the St. Joe Bucks coming up. And this is about as safety defense as you're going to get right here. I just seen a drone fly next to me. Or something just flew in front of me here. I don't fly those very well. I crash those. They don't like me. They like trees. And we're sending everybody. I mean, we still got someone in the backfield, but someone's going to try to catch this ball. This is a... unless the defense gets there, and the defense does, that will force a timeout or the end of the half. One of the two. The clock is still running. It is 4th down. Bucks will take a timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
And we are back here, 17 seconds to go. I don't know if he has not updated his quarter, but it still says first quarter on my thing. It can't be first quarter down there in that game. And another timeout. We'll be back after this.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any regs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
$17 seconds to go. One timeout for St. Joe. Kansas City has 2. And the backfield looking for the pass. Defense has broken the way through. Has to get rid of the ball. Pass out to Darian Tate for a first. Clock will start once the chain is set down there. Unless he was ruled out of bounds. But there's 9 seconds on the clock. So clock will not start till the snap here. Said he went out of bounds. We're going to have a timeout that will go to the Panthers. We'll be back after my intro. How about that?
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're
Making a pat over to the flats this time. That's a touchdown just off the bat.
You've hit your fury and kept it in. But it's time now you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix.
So again, 9 seconds to go here. Both teams have one timeout remaining before the end of the first half. Bucks drop back about 10 yards. That pass is incomplete. That will stop the clock for 1 play left. A fraction of a second on the play clock there, or the game clock. Specifically, half a second on the clock. Bucks' final play of the half. It's going to be a touchdown or nothing, either way. This will be the Oh, we're going to take a timeout. That's the Panthers' final timeout. We'll be back after this.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
Oh, sorry. It is second down. Whatever reason that got weird on me. I have 18-6 on the scoreboard down in the Joplin game. Joplin up, but they're discussing that score, so we'll let you know after the half what the score is. It is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the half. We'll be back. We have a 7-0 lead, Kansas City on top. You're watching Allen Hilliard Sports.
And give it to K. He's trucking. Touchdown! Good! Manny Chappelle with the touchdown. Green trip. Oh, with the double tight set, Chappelle in the backfield. He fakes Chappelle. He tosses it out. And Garyon Simpson, he's still on his feet. Garyon Simpson got the spin. He's down the sideline with one man to beat. Touchdown! The juice is got And give it to K. He's trucking. Touchdown! K. Chappelle with the touchdown. Green trip. Oh, with the double tight set, Chappelle in the backfield. He fakes Chappelle. He tosses it out. And Garyon Simpson, he's still on his feet. Garyon Simpson got the space. He's down the sideline with one man to beat. Touchdown! The juice is gone. They're probably about to roll out again. I'm thinking, oh no, they dropped right back. Griffin under pressure. He made the pressure. He's under pressure. Oh, Griffin's gonna get rid of it. His touchdown! Yes! Griffin throws it up to Daniel Knight. Griffin. Conway goes in motion. He gives it to Tate Moore. And the Bears are saying, Tate Moore! He's there. He's down the half mark. He makes a man miss. Tate Moore! Touchdown! Bears! Tate Moore with a 56-yard touchdown run to the house. Oh, boy. In general, Tate in motion. And give it to, he fakes it to White. Throws it out there to Simpson. Touchdown! Pass! Garyon Simpson.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're
Taking a pat over to the flats this time. That's a touchdown just off the bat.
You've hit your fury and kept it in. But it's time now you ignite and turn to
We are here. It is the third quarter. And we're going to kick this ball off. Start the final half of this ball game. 18-6. It is still Joplin on top down there. Waiting on the kickoff.
Agent 0 and number 13, Gary R. Simpson, back to the team.
It appears to be White and Simpson back for the return on this. Looks like all the Panthers are figuring out where they're going here. And now we're all evened up. Bucks will catch it in the end zone. They'll bring it out. They will return it all the way to the 30-yard line for a 30-yard return on the play. That'll bring up a 1st and 10.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bucks. From their own 33-yard line.
It's 1st and 10 from the 23 or 33. They said 23 on the PA. That is not where it's at. Out of the shotgun, they have the option ball on the ground. Helmets off. They're gonna call the play dead. The pass was, I believe it was incomplete, but either way, it doesn't matter. Are they gonna? What are we gonna call on this here? Because they called it with the helmet knocked off, and they're gonna call it a loss of yards on the play. All right. I'm not sure I've seen that one a whole lot before, but they're gonna call it where the helmet came off as a loss of yards, I guess. And we're going to do this again, 2nd down. This time the handoff to the little running back. And that's going to be White with the pickup. He's also listed as a corner and a wide receiver. So he is probably the multi-purpose player that they have out there. I would assume. Pick up a 7, though. Multi-purpose yards are yards. 25 now to 6. It is Joplin that is beginning to run away with things. Avoided the first tackle. Pass is complete to White. That'll bring up 4th and 4, it looks like. 8-yard pickup. 4th and 3. So 4th down again coming up here. Both these teams, except for one drive, has ended in a defensive stop of some sort. We'll see if that trend continues. Penalty flag on the defense. And that penalty flag will be a free 1st down for the St. Joe Bucks. Next Saturday, we'll be back in Kansas City, University Academy. The St. Kansas City Panthers' first home game will be there for that. Big pickup on the play for a 2nd and short. Or is that a 1st? That's going to be called a 1st. The extra effort picked up the 1st. He should have been down before the yard marker, but kept the momentum going, drug the tacklers, Excellent play on that. Little I formation, power formation here. Handoff. Nowhere to go. 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8 on the play. And I just realized something. I may have to find a light switch. I will find one in a minute here so I can read the roster. Handoff. That is going to be short of a first. White with the short pickup. 3rd and 4. Okay, 3.5, I guess. That works too. I would have run right here, but they're going to gamble on the pass. Pass is complete. Pass complete to Jaden King, the wide receiver. For the first. Took the gamble on that. We're waiting on, we're going to have a timeout. Kansas City will take a timeout. We'll take one with them while I figure out where a light switch is.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
We are back. It was a very quick discussion about defense, I'm sure. Panthers have 2 timeouts remaining. Down the middle. White still on his feet. White is going to score. That's a touchdown for the St. Joe Bucks. Big touchdown play on that. And all the way from close to the 30 out there, that will make this a 1-point ball game. So just like that, White able to, out of the timeout, break free and score. Big extra point coming here, as we have not had a lot of points in the game, and we're going to have to see what they decide to do. I'd say we're going to kick it. They are kicking it, so they're going to go for the tie instead of the lead. But this has just made a ball game here. 11 minutes to go, still in the third. A lot of ball game left to play, though. Kick up. Kick is blocked. The officials rule the kick is dead. I'm not sure the rules on catching the blocked kick. I know you can return it the other way, but I don't know if the offensive team can return it. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be back. Enjoy some Culligan water while we take the break.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any recs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
Hand though, so we are back ready to go here for the kickoff. St. Joe Bucks drove down the field out of a Panther timeout. They would score However, I guess the lights are not working in here, but that's all right. We got plenty of bright lights on the computer. It was not as successful as they would have hoped on the extra point. Point was blocked and was ruled dead after the block. I imagine there is a specific rule for that, but I'm not going to look it up right now. I've got a football game to watch, and that is over. See, we're on the next play. Panthers' speed is on their side, all the way out to the 45, 46 maybe. So, 34-yard return by Kansas City. 10:40 to go. Speaking of 10:40s, don't forget to get your taxes done. They are due. They were due 3 days ago. So if you have not done them, you may want to address that on Monday. Two things you gotta pay is, well, the one thing you have to pay is your taxes. And
second is your light bill.
You don't need your light bill. It does help to go to church sometimes too, though, if that's, what you want to be happy after sometimes this world here. But you have to pay your taxes. They do not discriminate that very much. That's how they brought down one of the greatest gangsters in Chicago back in the 1920s or 20s. I think it was in the 20s. Tax evasion on illegal gambling and other businesses. So if you're running a legal gambling operation, at least report your income. You should not run an illegal gambling operation, by the way. But if you do, report your income so the IRS doesn't hunt you down. We have trips on the left. Out of the backfield. Same set. We've had this running back option here. And they're going to use the running back option for a quick draw play. First down. Initially stopped a yard short. Picked up 4 more extra yards. That's a big first down for the Panthers. So the Panthers just really doing a great job controlling the tempo here. And that last drive was the first drive since the first quarter that we did not have a defensive stop. And we still technically did because they still blocked the extra point. But that did not count. At least on those stats. We've had 2 extra points blocked in this ball game so far. That is interesting. I believe we might have a first out of that. I'm not quite sure how Blewett. I'm not sure if that was quite. I'm assuming that was the plan because you're not going to run to the right and then run back to the left.
They just called a flag.
And we just threw a flag over here by Coach Hirschberger. I'm not sure what the flag is about, but it's second down, not first.
Must be a pinch.
We may have a sideline warning over here. It's clearly after the play. Probably a sideline warning. It usually takes a lot to get a sideline warning. Or someone just says something. Too many missed tackles.
Sideline warning against the block.
And we'll continue as we were proceeding here. It is second down coming up. 7:40 to go and still counting in the third period. Appreciate everyone for joining me here. If you want to watch the Joplin, Arkansas game, you can head to Semi-Pro Game Day on Facebook. We were having too many issues with the feed on Facebook there, so I had to cut that off, unfortunately, there. I'll try to get the video back if we can get a full video, but we'll do our best. We do have an interception in that game, though. It is Arkansas getting the ball back. It still says first quarter, but I don't believe that. But we have not seen a halftime either in that game. And we are under 7 minutes away from a halftime here. Little freebie right there for a first down, basically. 1 yard. Sometimes the way these Panthers are running, they are doing a great job of controlling the tempo of this game. They have that 1 point lead right now, the extra point. And quarterback in trouble. Pass. Definitely not what Sebastino was wanting in the backfield back there. He had a few too many white and orange jerseys looking at him. Managed to get the ball off, avoid the 7 or 8 yard loss on the play, though. What is going on, Eagles media? Hopefully it is up to par there. Next week I got something special planned, don't worry. We're going to try this again here. The defense is ready, the offense is taking their time. Ball is dropped. Oh, well, I cannot confirm he made a football move on that, so that'll be a third down. That is an official's decision right there, whether that's a football move or not. Whether he has possession of that, and he did not, according to the officials. Sometimes it's 1 foot, sometimes it's 2. Sometimes in college, if you're Alabama or Georgia or Texas, it's 4 or 5. And a first down run after the play. That's an 11-yard pickup. And again, a Manetti the third with that run. I believe that's who that was. But it is 5:30 to go. Again, the defense, they may have jumped on that. I don't know if that was called. And they smother the line. Trying to get him out of the pile effectively here without too much contact. I don't know. There may have been a jump on that one because they were moving pretty quick. Sometimes you're not that good. 2nd and 13. Sometimes you are, but it all depends. Again, both teams using a pretty much similar offense here. They're a lot of passing. 3rd down now coming up, and 13 after the incomplete pass to the tight end, it looked like.
Number 9.
It was number 9 was the intended target, Amarian Mack. So 3rd and 13 here. No stranger to 3rd and long. You can go back and watch this game along with highlights of other games that we have done on Allen Hilliard Sports. We have a busy week this week coming up for high school broadcast, and then we'll be back up here in Kansas City. We'll go over that with you in just a minute. Once we get set here, the receivers weren't set. Pass is to the tight end. This time it is complete. Seeing who, number 1, I believe, is what I was told. That is Blewett. He was smothered and covered in there. And he is shaken up a little bit. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back after this. We're going to have an official timeout. Here's a word from Allen Hilliard. Actually, he's walking off there. We'll take a So we are back here again waiting for the injury to get off, and the clock is running once again. We're off on Monday this week, but after that we are going to hit the ground running. We're going to start with Waynesville versus Nixa High School Girls Soccer, and I think we're going to kick this ball.
32 yards.
A 32-yard kick is coming our way, and that is way too far, but last time Is it up? Is it no good? So with that, we're going to take a break while I reset the camera and make it look pretty. It is Bucks ball on the way out.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
And we are back here again. It is third quarter. If you're just joining us, it's been a good defensive ball game run by Chapella for a first 10-yard pickup on the play. But coming up this week, you can check out Allen Hilliard Sports. We got a lot of stuff for you here. We got about something of everything. We're going to start off Tuesday. It is the Waynesville Tigers against the Nixa Eagles in girls soccer. JV at 5, varsity to follow. Game at Waynesville. Most of these games at Waynesville. Then we'll be Waynesville against Jolie Barber here. Quarterback. This is pass. That is incomplete. Intended target looks like 81 out there. If it is Harper. But it is junior high baseball, Waynesville versus Joey Barber out of Lebanon, Missouri area. And then on Thursday, Waynesville versus Rolla, 9th grade baseball. And on Friday, it is Waynesville versus Salem, high school baseball. And then we'll be back at University Academy as the the Kansas City Panthers will host the East Central Missouri Eagles. And hopefully we'll get to see our Eagles media friends at that. Second down run, fights for some yards. Brings up a 3rd and 5. So big pickup. Hard yards on that. And why am I still sending video out here? Let me stop that. There we go. That was hard yards for Hartzell, by the way. So it'll be the East Central Eagles coming to Kansas City next Saturday. We'll be bringing you that ball game. As I mentioned, if they're still listening, you are welcome to come and join me. Have a fun time up here. Pass is caught. It's going to be a fun time for the Bucks all the way out to the 50. Penalty flag near the line of scrimmage, though. Without the flag, it'll be a first down. But we're going to have to see what the penalty is out of this, as that will determine a whole lot of either happiness or sadness for one team. It's either a first down or it's not, and the way the Bucks are going, they're talking about this may not be a first down. Could be a holding call. It's an extensive discussion about what the penalty is.
It could be offsides only because the guy moved.
Coach Ross is out there holding. And that'll still be third down and a whole lot longer. I think it's 10 yards from the spot. If it is, it will be at the 19, I believe.
At the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14 here. 9 yards does not match still, but either way, we will continue third down and about where it should be. Looking for the pass. Plenty of time back there. Ball is caught. No. I mean, a beautiful effort trying to catch the ball. Could not bring it in. It is fourth down coming up now for... Is this the punt that we are going to get? Our first punt of the game. We do have a new player out there. We have a number 3. It's either Green or Jackson, so...
No, it's Jackson.
All right. We've learned from watching college football, you should not have the same number on players. Sometimes they're out there at the same time. But this is our first punt of the ball game here, deep in the Bucks territory. That is blocked. And the ball, as long as it's blocked and the contact is not made before the kick, it is not roughing the passer or the punter, either way. And that's a first down for Kansas City, just like that. So Kansas City with the ball coming back out. Again, the defense holding strong. This has been a defensive ball game. At least 4 drives, there's been points stolen from the other team. Either kicking or just literally in the red zone, interceptions or fumbles. At least 4 drives in this ball game. Trust me, I keep track of all this math perfectly down here. Not a pencil in sight or a pen, if you're wondering. And big pickup on the play. Coming out of the pile is that going to be No, I don't think 14 had the ball. Oh, 24. It is Hunter that came out of there. It was hard. It gets a little bit chaotic underneath there sometimes. Both these teams playing tough under the trenches. And if you forgot about the clocks, so did I.
Less than 30 seconds.
It is still moving, but we are about the end of the third quarter. And the clock continues to wind down. Ball on the ground, but short pickup is good. And Hunter once again adds a couple more yards to his total, brings up a third down. And as the quarter ends, it is St. Joe trailing by 1, Kansas City 7, St. Joe 6. We'll be back for the final quarter after this.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Didn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any recs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to put my mic down there. It said I showed audio, but that was a 4th and goal conversion with a backwards lateral pass somehow. That should have been a sack to begin with. But the Panthers now have 4 tries. Sorry about that, by the way. I may have made a boo-boo. 13:30 to go. After the 4th down conversion, 1st and goal. Make it 2nd and goal now.
Number 34, Idison, South after a short game.
And Idison said 34. Iverson, that is Iverson.
No, it was 24 on the carry.
I thought it was 24. They said 34 in the... It is Hunter was the carrier. They said 34 in the PA there, and I was like, wait, that is not... That's not who that was. It's all right. We are not all perfect. But right now, Kansas City is trying to add an extra element to this ball game here that will make St. Joe have to score. And that's a quarterback keeper.
Touchdown.
Straight down the middle. Fake the handoff, draw play. Kansas City with the touchdown. Sebastiano. He has had a hell of a game so far. And he figured the throwing game ain't going very well. You know what? We're gonna put the bait out there and see if they bite. They bit, and he was gone. threw out the bobber, and fish jumped up, took the bait, and nowhere to go. And I think we're kicking here, but we are going to kick. Okay, I was slightly concerned about what they were looking like they were going to try to do there. It is a kick. Extra point on the way. Kick is up. It's good. So now it's 14-6. There is an 8-point difference here. An extra level of difficulty. We will be back after this. We are back here, 14-6. 12:28 to go in this ball game now. It's the fourth quarter. Again, join us. We'll have girls soccer, 5 o'clock on Tuesday against the Nixa Lady Eagles. We'll have junior high baseball against the Joey Barber Buckskins on Wednesday. Thursday, we will have 9th grade baseball against the Rolla Bulldogs. 4:30 start. And then a 4:30 start for varsity baseball. It is Tiger versus Tiger, Waynesville versus Salem. First down. We're going to have a bit of unsportsmanship going on out here. And we're just going to throw you this real quick, and we'll be back after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Threw that flag hard down on the ground.
Well, we are here. We have a penalty flag. If this is on multiple people, it will be offsetting. If it's on one side, so it will be offsetting. We have an ejection on one side, though. We did have an ejection signal out there, so I'm curious if it was on the Panthers. I didn't see an ejection on the other side.
I seen him point a finger, but I didn't see it towards who.
I don't see anyone coming off the field. Either way, it's going to be offsetting penalties for unsportsmanlike behavior. I love that comment right there. I love it. Second down on the run in about 2. 8-yard gain. I love that. As emotional as a toddler. The back chain should not have moved. Bucks on the move again. Ball on the ground. Ball is, I think it's still Bucks football.
Yes.
It is still Bucks football, but it's going to be a loss. And 3rd and 5 now, loss of 2. I believe that was Austin White able to save the possession on that at least. He has been a blessing in this game for St. Joe. He has really produced a lot of offense here. And in the back, out of the backfield, the defense is there. And that's going to be special credit to, I believe, Batista with the really good just sight of staying with the player and not backing off. Because that could have been easily a 1st down. Instead, it turned into a 4th down. And once again, we are, well, I don't see a punt team out there. I don't believe we're punting a ball on 4th down in their own territory. Pass is caught for a 1st down, Bucks. That was a pass from Jackson to King. And you are, if you're making that play, calling that, you're either a hero or you are probably called something else, but this time it is a hero. Because that is a excellent play right there, handoff. Short run on that to Chappell again. He's had a great day running the ball too. 1 yard pickup. This has been a heavyweight battle. Both these teams last week won by basically less than a touchdown. I think it was a 2-point game or 3-point game in Kansas on the road for the Panthers.
13-6.
13-6. So it was we have a penalty first. This is a free play no matter what. But it's going to be a 1st down or a touchdown. Is it a... No. No. Gosh. It was fumbled before the end zone.
Turnover, touchback.
It was, they said it was turned over at the 1 yard line, and it was recovered by the Panthers. So it was caught, fumbled at the 1 yard line going in the end zone, or fumbled on the way in, and wow. I don't see how that wasn't a touchdown, honestly, but I'm also not down on the field. Now, why are we going all the way back here, though? We had the defensive penalty, so that play doesn't count.
No.
So that means that turnover is not a turnover now.
The flag is right there at the 43.
Yeah, we had the penalty before the snap, or for the offsides during the snap, and that will erase that play. So they will take the penalty yards and 31-6 down in Joplin down there, well, Kansas. Wow. That one offsides penalty may have given St. Joe some hope here in this ball game still.
Wow. What a change of
because that would have really created, that would have almost shut down this ball game here. Close to a 1st down. We're going to be short by a yard. Just off the edge of the camera there. It's funny. The Bucks player, they're trying to get a flag over there. That was not a flag, by the way.
9 yards.
A 1 yard, 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 here. Twins, handoff, little counter handoff basically, and a first down. And once again, that is Austin White. Austin White's name here. He is doing a great job. Well, I'm saying Kansas because Joplin is currently playing in Coffeyville, Kansas right now. Which is a beautiful stadium, by the way. Seven and a half minutes to go. And this is a point where we're going to throw the ball. Pass bobbled. It's caught, though.
81.
It is going to be 2nd down, but a very good catch on that, Harper.
30 with the tackle. Jose Batista.
And again, Batista with the potentially saving stop. 2nd down and 2, I believe. Yes, I agree. They will take the penalty over the result of that last play any day. 7 minutes to go. Clock still running. In motion, opposite side, handoff. This might be a first. Depends on where the ball is spotted. I think they're short, though. They are short by maybe a yard. Good play on that to
short.
Try to get the ball at least. They picked up a yard and a half out of it, but they are, well, they're short as you can get by the chains at least. I'm pretty sure they're a foot away from a first down right there, if not less. Ooh, my computer's got some low memory. I'll just pray it behaves itself. Ball's on the ground. This is recovered. Is this going to be the Panther? No. Sideline judge says it is.
81 with the recovery.
That's going to be 81 Harper falling on that. That would have been a disastrous turnover. That is, talk about lightning striking twice, but that is 2 times that the Bucks here have had luck in their favor.
14 on the carry.
2nd down and I think 6 coming up here.
7.
Another run for Chapel. Oh, it is 7. It'll be all right. 5.5 minutes to go. Pass to the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. He wasn't tackled. And that is a Bucks touchdown. They now trail by 2. You have to tackle him. He is. Yep, he is not down until he is touched.
Oh, wait. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's a touchdown. He is not down until he is touched.
Okay, now they got to go for 2.
Going for 2 here. This is the break it or make it of the game. It is caught. We are tied. St. Joe Bucks, Kansas City Panthers. We are tied at 14 with 5:18 to go. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
All right, we are back here. It has been a wild ball game here so far. Ball being kicked back to the Panthers here. And the Panthers going to have to do something with it here. They're going to need a score. Field goals have not gone either way, so it's going to probably have to be a touchdown.
Kiwi on a return.
Kiwi will bring the ball out to the 35. Around that area, we'll see where the official spot is for the first down. Clock should be stopped right now. But it is not stopped. Either way, it does not matter here. The Panthers are going to have to come out and get something done in 4.5 minutes. Third quarter in Joplin, 31-6. Appreciate everyone for joining us here. We'll be back hosting the Eagles. We'll have the Panthers at University Academy. That will be on next Saturday. Little toss play here. Thought he was going to do a little halfback pass. Nowhere to go on that. Well, the play's still going. It should be over. And a little bit of chattiness out there. Little bit of emotions getting involved here. 4:22 to go. This may be obvious, but whoever has the next touchdown or score is going to win this game probably. I don't think the other team. I just think the momentum is going to be so great that you're not going to get 2 scores after this. But we've seen crazier things. Like an offsides penalty that has given away a touchdown about 10 plays later. And we're just going to credit the entire St. Joe Bucks with that defensive stop. That will bring up a 3rd and 9. So St. Joe Bucks again with the stop. This is a must-have play right here because you got to score somehow. I'm assuming overtime rules are, I don't know how they do in the CMFL, whether it's the high school rules or if they do the period till you score rules, but I was not in that briefing of the pregame. Pass for Kansas City's caught. That's a first down past the 50 to the 46-yard line for a first down.
17 yards on that pass play.
A 17-yard pickup on that to give a first down in enemy territory. I don't think they're... All right. .220. Someone's saying stop the clock, but the officials are not saying stop the clock, so interesting.
I love when the fans tell you to stop.
Well, I don't believe it should have stopped because he was not tackled out of bounds. So, like, he was, yeah. And that would be the 2-minute warning, but he was in bounds when he was tackled, so that clock would have continued to run. So we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back after this. We got a 14-all ball game, 2 minutes left.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Hey, Mom, why is the water stinky again?
How do we stop this buildup?
Couldn't I just clean this?
Ugh.
Any regs for fixing water issues all over the house? Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Culligan makes it easy to get cleaner, safer water throughout your home. Questioning your water? Request your free in-home test at Culligan.com.
And we are here just talking about that, debating on the clock there, but either way, it's a 2-minute warning. And Kansas City, they're sending the house here on receivers. They still are holding back for a handoff. They give the ball to the running back, almost broke free. That is Zeno with the run. That would have been the game right there. Just one tackle away. Grabbed the foot and pulled him down. This has been a good ball game tonight. 1.5 minutes to go. If you are not here tonight, you are missing a special game here. Crowd, great job. And a defensive stop on that. That was 34. Have to give Hartzell some credit. Second and about 14 coming up for Kansas City. I'm going to assume that's a timeout. It is a timeout for the Bucks, though.
That's their first timeout.
And they're going to have 2 remaining. Kansas City still has 2. We're going to take the 20-second break. We'll be back. We are back here, 1:03 to go. 14-all in this ball game here. Next score is the winner. There's no way we're getting 2 touchdowns out of this. And Kansas City's going to pick up a...
Down to 24.
So it's going to be second down and short, third and short. 2 yards it looks like, maybe 3, 4.
Now they moved it back to the 25.
Okay, so
third and 4.
Third and 4. 56 seconds to go in the ball game. This crowd here is on their feet. Oh, we're going to say this crowd is on their feet. It is chilly out there, though. It's been a chilly night. Panthers, they have to get one of these downs to convert to first if they want to get a chance here or score. Handoff. Is it? It's going to be close. That's a first down for the Panthers. And a timeout. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back.
Making a pat over the flats this time. That's a touchdown just off the bat.
You've hit your fury and kept it in. But it's time now for you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire.
14-all here, 46 seconds to go. We got 4 downs for the Panthers. If they can get to the past the 11, they'll have another 4 downs to go. But I don't think they're thinking that. They probably want to score. I'd probably take a shot at the end zone here, the very first thing you do, just in case you can get lucky. Good cover defense, though, by the Bucks out there. They are watching all bases. And there's that shot. That's in the end zone. That is a touchdown for the Kansas City Panthers.
Number 9.
I mean, they were covered out there originally. That is Amarian Mack. He just got behind the defense. They weren't even watching, and
he was wide open.
Wow. I don't know how he got through that hole. I mean,
You know why? Because of the play fake.
I mean, they were double covering the zones out there. Wow. That makes this a must-have score no matter what happens here. Whether you make this kick or not, that made the difference right there. St. Joe has to come out, and they have to get a touchdown.
No good.
And the kick's no good, but we remain in the same position I'm talking about. We'll be back after this. We're going to play a sportsmanship message while we do it. We'll be back.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
We are back here again, and depending on what kind of kickoff we get here, I'm assuming it's going to be a deep one by the way the kicker looks, but I was just talking about I'd almost do a squib kick right here, straight down the middle as hard as I can. Not to get the ball, but just to get that ball touched at some point by the other team. But 41 seconds to go. It is White returning the ball. White has room, finds a lane on the outside, into the defense at the 40.
We got 60 yards to go.
So here's where we're at, 33 seconds to go. We have about 60 yards. To get a touchdown, you have to get those 6 points. The extra point don't matter here. You have to have the 6. Extra point matters if you get the 6. Then you get a chance to win. And you've got to throw it. You only got 2 timeouts. Kansas City can take a timeout if you do something stupid out here. And there's the pass. That is caught. That is caught. That is caught by Jaden King. All the way out near the 30 on the opposite side for a first down. Into 2 defenders out there. Brought it down out of the air. I mean, you can't guard someone better without pass interference. You cannot guard anyone better without pass interference on that one. And And the pass is incomplete. Second down coming up. That one, the pass by Green there, I'm assuming, yeah, it's definitely not Jackson. We got 2 threes on the roster here, and I know it's not Jackson. I think we seen Jackson actually punt the ball earlier.
No, it's Green.
Yeah, I think we seen him actually go out and punt the ball, though. 20 seconds to go. Green, he sends it. Incomplete. This is do or die territory, so you're going to go for it. You don't have a choice here. 17 seconds. This is a classic of a ball game. Or 14. Oh, we got 14 seconds. My clock says 17. It can't read. It's fine. Anyways, 14 seconds here in the game. My automatic clock settings is confused, but
no matter what happens, this number 1 versus number 2.
This is
been worth it.
Yep, this is just like last week. They had the comeback, and it took the Bucks are trying to get the same magic as last week here. No penalties. Green, he sends it to the house. Can he get it?
Nope.
That's incomplete. 9 seconds on the clock. 4th down. 4th and 10. You have to go for it. You may be able to get a first down, but you're still going to have to throw the ball 11, 12, 15 yards, so you might as well go for it at this point. There's timeouts left here. I'm sure the Bucks will use the timeouts if Kansas City gets the ball back. Oh, we're going to have a timeout by Kansas City. So we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, repeat, and repeat. But it never feels like enough. It's not your products. It's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan, water you love.
All right, we are here. 9 seconds to go. St. Joe Bucks, Green. The game is literally in his hands right here. And he's hoping to get that ball in the hands of a receiver. Maybe a halfback pass out of a timeout. I don't know. I don't see a halfback pass coming, but Green back, looking for the throw. The Panthers are there. Clock is at zeros. Is that caught? No, that is the game.
And that is it.
That is the game. That is the game. Thank you for joining us here. Our final 20-14 in a classic ball game here. Appreciate everyone for watching. Check out Semi-Pro Game Day. It is Joplin Crusaders 40, Arkansas Warcats 6 on Facebook to finish off your game night. We will see you next week from Kansas City. And also join us girls soccer on Tuesday. Have a good night from
Allen,
St. Joe, Missouri.
Making a pat over the flats this time. That's a touchdown just off the bat.
You've hit your fury.